Well, let's get straight into Jeremy Doku, because that is the latest of the names. So it's not a new name, but it is the name that's becoming, I suppose, to the forefront of everybody's attention at the minute. More and more media links. What do we know about the situation? Well, we know he's got 4 years left on his wrong contract. We know that he has been and shown around, and we tried to pitch him the vision of Liverpool before. I believe they even rolled out Gerrard at the time to try and convince him. Sadio Mane was there having a conversation with him, and he was impressed with what he's seen. But do you know, I respect his maturity to go back to Anderlecht and to actually back himself to continue to succeed. He's obviously gone on to Ron. He's 1 year into his deal there. And there's talk, Jack, that a price of about 40 to 45 million euro would be the number to get him out of Ron. Now, do you think that that's a gamble worth taking? Because there is no guarantee. He looks like an exciting talent, but, you know, it is for us and the way we go about it, it's a not unsubstantial amount of money.
No, and he reminds me of, I think I said this the other day, he plays, in my opinion, in a similar sort of style to Sadio Mane when he first arrived from Southampton. And I think, you know, he would make a very good long-term Mane replacement. He's still very young. There's clearly been interest from Liverpool for a very, very long time. And it would make sense at face value, based also on the fact that obviously Mane had a slightly disappointing season last season, as far as we're concerned, as far as he's concerned. And therefore, maybe there's a potential worry that Mane has reached his maximum now. But with that being said, I think Doku will simply be bought in first as an extra option.
So you're saying Mane reaches Maximus?
No, I don't think that personally, but I think he may be bought in similarly to what happened last year when we bring in Jota. He's there solely to put pressure on, you know, the front three. It happened where, you know, he put pressure on Firmino, and now a lot of fans would put him ahead of Firmino in the pecking order. And I think Doku would do the same to Mane, and it puts pressure on Mane then to compete with someone else in Doku for his position. And you know, I think competition is very healthy, particularly when you look at last season and you look at the options that we had from our bench in the new year. We were stuck, and you know, bringing in Doku would leave us spoiled for choice, really, because we're bringing in another excellent attacker. And you know, I've spoken before, I would personally rather a number 9, a typical out-and-out goal scorer. But I think that there's no problem with bringing in another attacker who can compete for a place in the side, because that's what we were missing last season when we went through that disappointing spell. If I had to put money on Liverpool signing one player this summer, and one player in particular, it would be Doku. He would be the one that I am most convinced that Liverpool are likely to sign. It's as simple as that. I'm not saying that it will be done, but from the murmurs, from everything, it just seems to me like the best option, the best fit.
I tend to agree. And on this one, like, here's some statistics for you. So he dribbled past 104 opponents last season, the 6th most by any player in one of Europe's top 5 leagues. The only people ahead of him were Messi, Neymar, and a couple of others. So you can see already there with Jeremy Doku, we've got lightning pace. We've got somebody who likes to get down and run at people. And that's the type of player, mate, that gets me up off the edge of my seat. And I think that's what we need at Liverpool. People are going to rightly say where the goal's going to come from. Salah can't score them all. They need to be shared around. But I think last season we've seen an exceptionally low figure from Sadio. I think he'll increase that. I think if Naby Keita can stay fit, we'll get a few from there. And Firmino and Jota, I think, will probably get 10 to 12 each.
Yeah, I think Doku would be a great signing for us. I said that at, you know, the start of this show. I think he really would be outstanding. I think he would be business that is for the future as well as for now. We know that there's a good player there now, but he's also still very, very young, and he's still got so much more capabilities. And you know, playing the young Klopp, I think he would just really, really excel. And yeah, for me, Doku would be a great signing for us. I really, really do think that.
If this is about Doku, then you couldn't be any further from the truth, mate. I mean, if the fact we showed him around Anfield when he was 16 doesn't tell you that he's on our radar and hasn't been on our radar for a long time, I don't know what will.